Hey, I'm Neat,
I'm Rock.
and this is the Bourbon Barrel. And today we have a 90s blind?
90's blind.
90s blind.
True story. All 90 exactly.
Ah,
Not just
excellent.
any random night.
But before we get into that, we just wanted to thank Jesse Parker from Doc Swinson's because we got these. Our mutual friend came into New York and she dropped off all these samples of much unreleased product that we're very excited to try, and our new set piece, which is a signed bottle of a bottle you can't get anymore, which
It's awesome.
I bought one of the last ones so that I could have him sign it, which is pretty cool. But thank you, Jesse. We appreciate it greatly,
Thank you.
and look forward to seeing you on the show again, maybe. So
Absolutely. Let's
appreciate
hope.
it.
Let's
Yeah,
hope.
thank you. And with that,
He's awesome. Jesse's
yeah,
a cool guy. Very nice.
very cool.
Did a very
And
nice
also,
interview with us. Let us ramble. We went on, but he didn't even. We shut it down. I think when it all finished, we were like, "What else are we gonna ask him,
yeah,
man?
I got nothing.
Should we ask him who his family is?" Like, we had talked
Favorite
until
favorite football team?
yeah.
It's
Very
not.
nice guy. Very nice guy. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Jesse. Yeah.
appreciate it. And also a shout out, thank you, Maggie, for dropping off all the samples and stuff. It's most excellent.
That's very true. I don't know you, Maggie, but thank you. That was very nice of
It's
you.
very excellent.
So, yeah.
So with
I
that,
still have the one bottle New York exclusive that I
yeah,
probably will never open because why would I? Like, guess. I don't know.
we gotta finish that one off next time we have an event or
There's
something.
a new episode of, and this rolls into it a little bit, sort of. Bourbon Real Talk I just saw this week about,
Mhm.
they made an episode about bottles you might want to try to collect because of, and there's a few that are very, like, normal run of the mill. Like you ever seen Early Times? It's a cheap bottle. Like
Mhm.
it's a
Yeah.
generic bottom shelf Early Times. Apparently Sazerac bought the label and all the inventory, and now they're going to make it out of the 1792 distillery.
Mhm.
So Early Times bottles now that are like $14 will probably go up in price and probably be better quality
Quality stuff.
product, things like that. And there was the guy from Four Roses. Four Roses is well known to be like a 7 to 8 year age statement on a lot of things, 6, 7, 8 years. And he's hitting like his 8th year as being the master distiller. So it'll be his juice instead of the old master distiller's juice.
Oh.
Things like that. I'm not going to get any, I'm not going to ramble about the whole episode. I'm just shooting the breeze about bourbon stuff. You guys probably might be into it if you're watching a bourbon
If you're
show.
watching Bourbon
You
Show,
know,
that might be interesting to you.
there's not a lot of shows where anybody focuses on like collecting or what's about to go away and stuff.
Which I feel like that's a missed opportunity because I feel like a lot of people would like that kind of content.
I
So
immediately I've watched it
yeah,
twice because I was like I said, you
yeah,
can't find it. So yeah, yeah,
definitely.
just randomly. But
So for today, what we have is we've got the Blade and Bow, which we've done before. You guys have, heard us ramble on about how much we love it.
yeah, yeah, it was very yummy.
Hmm
90 proof
Yeah,
with the spice that I really liked that I
there's
don't find on a lot of
there's a
90s.
flavor to it that a lot of 90s don't have. There's also a lot of burn for a 90. Then we have the Evan Williams 1783, which we did on our very first show. And it's the bottle that we're putting all the dimes in for subscriptions. So feel free to like and subscribe if you find this content helpful, educational, or fun. And yeah, for every subscriber we get, we throw a dime in the bottle.
Sorry,
And
sorry,
yeah,
sorry. Yeah, was back there. I
it's
don't know.
it's
It's over
somewhere.
there somewhere.
It's
It's
around.
around here.
It's here.
It's here.
And then lastly, we have the Dickel Bourbon Whiskey, which is aged 8 years. I know absolutely nothing about it.
Nor
We
do I. I was just reading the
we
label too.
we literally just opened this bottle. But yeah, they're all exactly 90 proof.
We did a Dickel in the first or second episode, but it wasn't the bourbon.
It was the sour mash whiskey.
Yeah, and we
Yes.
say
It
decent
wasn't bad.
things, right?
No, it
Yeah,
was it for what it was not bad. Bad.
no,
Bad.
right.
Bad.
Bad
Bad.
to the bone. You gotta go to the bone. You do that.
That's fair. No, so the one Dickel that we've had on the show we enjoyed. And so here's hoping that the next Dickel doesn't disappoint.
That's what she said. So
I knew it was coming as soon as I said it.
the, this one is well known to be Brown Forman and known to use the charcoal filtration process.
Mm.
Chill filtered, things like that. It's owned by, Jack Daniels, Woodford, all of that. So whether or not we can taste the difference or not, I have no idea.
I guess we're gonna learn today.
Yeah, even when I rewatch our episodes, I find myself happier to watch the ones and enjoy the fact that I was wrong because I was like, damn, I thought that was the, and it's not.
It's
It's so.
it's so crazy when you do blinds.
Then you
Just
go to an expression that maybe you didn't like And then you're like, well, now I might want to try another expression of that,
Yeah,
company, and
sure.
it blows my mind.
Like for as much flack as I give about Jefferson's Age to See, I bought the Twin Oak and I enjoyed that. So I
Yeah.
mean, Jefferson's maybe stop putting money and wasting time on Age to See and do something better.
You said on our show too that the regular baseline
Baseline Jefferson's was pretty good, yeah. Like Jefferson's Reserve, fantastic. But I mean, just the Age to See was so bad. I don't.
and it might have been our batch,
It could have been the batch.
our voyage,
Yeah,
their voyages. Everybody does different stuff, which is why I always try different stuff with that.
it's
I was telling him we should name different blind things. Like this is our signature blind. We've been doing blinds for a little bit. We do two we both had, and one we've never had. That's just for fun. Like everybody else does their blinds their way, we'll do it our way. So, but we're gonna do one after this. I don't know if it'll come out before this. It'll depend on how
as the show ages, it might get different just
decides.
because
It might age gracefully. This was aged gracefully. I don't know what the hell they do to the rest of their whiskey, but this one was aged gracefully. They must just torment the rest of it. You're not worthy, and just
little
run away.
wagon this thing.
Nice, nice. All right. Anyway, so anyway,
But yeah, as I was saying, the way we do this may change as the show ages, just because there may be fewer things that we haven't tried.
there might be,
So that may have to happen at some point. But that's a ways off for now.
I would say so because
there's expressions we haven't even been able to get, let alone try. So
and there's I swear to you, every single time I go in a liquor store, any liquor store
there's
nowadays, I
new
can find
stuff.
something that still says bourbon that I've never heard of, seen, or at least drunk.
Honestly, I feel like something we should do is we should try the Wiseman and the Wiseman Rye.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I'll have to buy a bottle of those.
To buy Rise because I don't know
Right.
when or if you're ready to or whatever. Not that I couldn't sit
So,
there for a while. I don't care.
for those of you actually paying attention before we get into this, the Rabbit Hole Distillery does a high rye bourbon, and then they do their regular, like their. I had them all, but
You have 'em all?
all of them except for the rye,
Rye?
the green rye one.
Okay.
I have the blue, which is the high rye. I have the Derringer, which is the big
Sherry
boy,
cask
and
finish. No, PX Sherry cask finish
yeah, the
because it
high gold. Is that
high
the
gold,
black
yeah.
one? So I have all of those. I'm just gonna. I think if I grab the green one, then we could try all
All
four,
four of them.
and that would
Sure,
be a
sure.
cool like whole rabbit hole distillery offering thing.
Sure. It always weirds me out when it's something doesn't come in threes because then I sit there doing research trying to think of the
Right.
same thing. Like, well, what do we pair this with? How can we do this? Breckenridge. We've got three Breckenridges, but
Hmm.
we've seen two more.
Yeah.
So we could actually get five, but that's still not six. What do we do? Anyway,
Well, I can just like the Wiseman thing, we could just do a two off with it's just so numbers.
and
We don't need three. We're not OCD.
I said we go. Anyway,
I got a bag of nickels.
regular.
It's the bad OCD.
The regular one episode we did where we only had two. We only have two 3 chords.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't have a
Mhm.
third 3 chord.
Right.
But one of them, well, see, we were looking for a 12-year age statement. You have the 12-year, I have the 80 proof
Hmm.
baseline, and those are the only two we got. But when we did another episode with Bowman was one of them you should collect. Bowman is they talked about how not only is it Buffalo Trace juice, but they take it there and they say they distill it again. But he says this on the show, and he's like, but really, it's already been distilled twice. They're not doing anything else to it. It's literally Blanton's that they're selling to you, but they run it through a column still after Buffalo Trace did it in their pot still or vice versa.
Interesting.
But he's like, people are going to start buying up Bowman a lot quicker if Blanton's gets more expensive or gets harder to find or never gets
The
more.
John Bowman?
All of them, all three. He said all the Bowman
Because this is
offerings.
100 proof, and if I'm recalling, Blanton's is 90?
Three.
93.
93, yeah.
Interesting.
But see, it's so but that was a very interesting episode. Like I said, I watched Bourbon Real Talk. Shout out Randy Sullivan. You're a good guy. You do a good show. He's the one with the aroma kit.
Oh yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
get that.
At some point. At some
Yeah.
point. So
So
let's start. Yeah,
yeah,
because we're
let's
gonna
start.
ramble and not.
That's right.
Like, are they gonna drink today, or are they just gonna talk to us all day? This one was.
This one reminds me of Blade and Bow. Like it smells like a Blade and Bow. I like it.
Hmm.
It could not be Blade and Bow, but it
This
it
is.
tastes it tastes very Blade and Bowy to me.
I have trouble with my first sample right off the bat, regardless, because I'm like, I haven't had a drink today.
That's
You know
fair.
what I mean? And so everything I feel like is going to taste a little hot
Hmm.
right now.
Yep. I
And
mean, that's why we
so,
started with the 90s. So,
yeah, yeah, kudos, because it's a 100 blind we're going to do and a 90 blind. He said, let's go up, not down.
hmm.
So, and I was like, everybody likes to go down. Anyway,
Okay.
didn't say any bad words in there.
I'm not gonna edit anymore. I'm just gonna let the internet hang you.
They're going to come back and be like, you got to get him off the show. You can keep the show going, but that crazy dude
He's got to go.
with the weird beard that dances every now and again for no reason.
Like Ellen.
Yeah.
She got fired, didn't she? Something.
There was a picture of her just looking sad or whatever with no makeup, and the caption was, "You think your year was bad? Look what happened to Eminem." And I was like, I think my wife sent it to me, and I was like, "Oh my god, that
That's
was the
awesome.
funniest thing."
Nice. So I'm picking up some notes of like a cherry. I'm picking up some other notes. I like the
Hmm.
flavor profile overall is pretty tasty. Um, the the nose was good. I overall this is really good for a 90. There's a little bit of burn, you're drinking a bourbon.
You switched real quick, like you went from. So what I'm getting is like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, whoa, that was he.
Sometimes I got that serial killer in me, you
You
know?
do apparently. Oh my god, they'll never find my body, guys. It's all right. I'll make good fertilizer.
Just so you're aware, and this is for education. This is not
I don't know where
not
it's
so
headed.
you can do this,
I don't
but
know if
this
it's
is
headed.
this is for informational purposes only. Apparently, if you are going to bury a body,
Oh
you
my god.
you bury it straight down from like head to toe. You don't make a
I've
6 foot because
heard
the
this.
helicopters and stuff are looking for like 6 foot graves. Whereas if it's like a foot by foot and it's straight down, they won't recognize that. Also,
First here, folks, how to bury your dead bodies. I'm not worried about them flagging me for saying going down when you said that later. Like,
that was just informational. I don't know what you're talking about.
I just meant going downtown, go out, or
Just
go get down or something. Or, Anyway.
Oh, another fun fact.
Uh-oh.
If you bury like a dead animal on top of the body, when the dogs trigger on the animal, they'll stop digging and just figure it was a fake. So
Oh my god.
information.
I'm,
This is all getting edited.
that's, it's like the whole show. Fucking, or us drinking and you edit the whole thing. So you're gonna You're wow. I don't even know what to say right now.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. So my far right one smells a lot like the sweetest, like as if I've gotten
Make
sweeter as it
me
goes.
sweeter. This isn't bad. It's not as a pronounced profile, like flavor palette, as the first one, but it's not bad. I'm tasting a little bit of grain.
I haven't tasted any that I
Definitely
dislike.
sweet. Right.
And I'm immediately because, and that's not surprising unless it was this, because these two I know
Hmm.
I like. I think I like.
I'm not sure between the. I'm not sure which one this would be.
I don't know if I want to go back down or up and down. Weigh in. Do you like to go back down or up and down?
Sorry, we tried to record an episode, but we just couldn't contain ourselves, so it's all edited.
This is probably the stuff people like. It's hilarious. We're off the cuff. We're a little inappropriate.
Okay, this is.
Everybody else tries to stick to so like serious and don't say even like shit. You know what I mean? Like they, like get so worried about.
PC.
Come on, man, just have a little fun. Enjoy
If you're
yourself.
if you're someone who drinks alcohol, you probably swear.
Yeah,
Those
play like a
those two
sailor,
those two things go hand
and
in
you
hand.
probably need to know how to bury a body. So that's why we're here. So I don't know. Wow, this is weird. This is tough. I just had some of this. This was open. I just bought this bottle 2 weeks ago, and I had some. It's
I'm
been
going to
down.
be very hard pressed to determine which one is which out of these two. If I had to guess, I'd say this was the Dickel and this was the Evan Williams.
Hmm.
But I don't know.
I think that I have no idea at all.
But I'm pretty sure this is the Blade. I don't want to stake my reputation on it, but I've had several bottles of Blade and I feel like I know that one pretty
Wow.
well.
I have not had. I've never actually. I have one bottle. I still have yet to open. I just every time it's came up, you had one that's open. You know what I mean? So I'm just
Mhm.
like, well, whatever. And we don't need the one key because we already have the one key, so it's hanging out there. I'm not gonna lose the key if I leave it hanging on there.
On the
So
bottom. All true.
we got to get the 2 and the 3, which just I still have a $50 gift card. I gotta go
Hmm.
use. I still
Yeah.
gotta pick up the T-shirt for the dude.
Nice.
Hmm.
So,
Okay, well, let's do it like sort of like we do it.
okay.
If you had to pick the one that you think you'd buy first,
I like this one the most,
that's what I
flavor
mean.
wise.
Yes.
This one would, it's real tough, but I'd say I would go like this.
Right. Um, it's kind of weird because I almost think, but not weird, but right now, I think I would say that I heard music.
Mm.
I would almost say I picked this one first as far as if I was gonna buy it again. And these two are throwing me off.
I feel like we're in a very similar boat.
Um, it's on my lips.
Really. What's so good once it hits your lips?
Right. It's your lips. Um, I can't differentiate the burn
Yeah,
because it's a
because it's a
90.
90.
And I mean,
And
and none of them are crap. If this was a 90, it
right.
was Joe Schmo's,
Like I'm
butt
trying
fucking
to
90.
remember back to our very first episode
Oh
with
my
the
God.
1783, and I'm like, that tastes familiar.
And I immediately kind of thought, which one doesn't taste familiar in any way? So maybe I'll think immediately I'll
Yep.
know that one's the dickle. So supposedly you know when you have a dickle in your mouth. We said
Allegedly.
that on one of our.
Make a t-shirt out of that.
And I written down in there for t-shirt ideas and didn't even tell you because I thought you'd shoot it down too quickly. But I swear to you, I could probably find it too. Maybe in between
That's
episodes.
fair.
This one though, so this one was about for what we normally do. This is still a $50. This is where we are,
50 to
49.99.
60, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Yeah. And this one's 20.
Yeah.
And this one is right in the middle somewhere. That's about 33 I paid for it maybe.
All right.
So literally we kind of go up in price from here to here to here is price wise.
You?
You like that?
I
Is
did.
that
I
good?
did.
All
I
right.
enjoyed that immensely.
Well then.
So,
Okay, so
are you ready?
your far left, my far right are the ones we would
Yeah.
buy if
And
we
I
were
have a
buying.
feeling they are the same thing.
All right. If you
So,
want to tell me first, it's okay. I
I'm
gotta find where I wrote this.
I'm gonna guess that this is the blade. I'm gonna
Right.
guess that this is the Evan Williams and this is the Dickel.
But ooh.
These two, I have no idea, and it could go the other way. Like, I'd be very hard pressed to tell either of those apart.
You're doing something that we haven't done, but I liked it.
What?
You just for the right off the bat after we did it,
Mm-hmm.
you said, "I like this, I like this, I like this." I think we've done that before. Like
Mm-hmm.
put them in the order.
Yeah.
But you said you picked all three what you think they were, and
Yes.
before we just picked the first one and then tried to differentiate the second. You said, "Okay, tell
Yeah.
me your favorite, far left."
Yep.
And that's yeah, that's Blade and Bow. Yeah, he's right.
I've had a couple.
Yeah, a couple bottles. Yeah, it's good though. It's a
And your far right is your favorite?
yeah.
And that
My
is
guess is it's Dickel, but
that's Blade and Boser.
nice, nice. I don't know what the word is. I want to say compens something.
It had a more robust flavor palette than the other two.
Mine felt like it had a. It wasn't the. That's not the reason I chose it. I chose it because I felt like it was all put together better.
Mhm.
I want to say smoother, but smooth is such a cheesy
It's
word.
still very. There's
it-
still spice to it. There's still a hotness.
Right,
but
but it burned less and it mellowed quicker and more and just happier. And that's the thing. I thought
Yeah.
mellowed, and then I thought of this and the charcoal, and I thought maybe that's the softer end of it because of the
Yeah.
So that was why I guessed it. But
That's
so
what-
Blade, but we're I want to say I don't know what the word is. You could put in a nice smart person word. The point that maybe sometimes money does matter. You know what I mean?
Nice.
We both just picked this blind, and it was the most expensive of the three.
Yeah.
So
True.
you know.
So when
There's some word that like
compensatory?
we're something that the idea that money does matter, that
Yeah.
cost does matter. So I don't know. Yeah, it was
So
edit all the part about me being stupid. So
No,
there'll be about 2 minutes of me not talking.
2 minutes of show.
Yeah,
No. So the middle one was
that's my best.
Nice.
All right.
I'm guessing it's Evan Williams, but it could be the Dickel.
The middle.
The middle.
The middle's Evan Williams.
All right.
All right. You picked all three right then.
That is exciting. So
The middle one is the one I would pick. I still didn't do what you said though. What you did and pick them before.
Ah.
This was Blade and Bow, and I thought it was my
Dickel.
guess was Dickel.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I would have to guess it's 1783 because I liked 1783 and I know it, and I don't know if I like Dickel. So I guess I'm guessing it's 1783, but I
You're
don't know.
guessing your middle is 1783?
Yeah, I guess.
It is Dickel, sir.
Okay, yeah,
And that would
that's
leave your
fair.
last was Evan Williams.
Wow, interesting.
So we had our last two flip
So,
flopped,
right. Yeah.
but Blade and Bow was definitely the clear outpaced winner. So there we have it.
That's interesting. Now I'm just like now I feel like the nose anyway, like the far left, which now I know is Dickel, seems like even though the burn differential, but I'm talking on my nose, this one seems like the least burn to it. Now maybe that's the charcoal thing. But yeah, when I first drank it, but it was my first sip of the day too, I was like, ooh, a lot of acidic acidy,
Yeah.
medicinal sort of taste that I'm not a fan of. But again, last thing I put in my mouth was toothpaste. Get your mind out of the gutter. All right. So, hmm, still,
And
both of them
again,
are something I necessarily wouldn't buy again.
right, out of these two, I was hard pressed to guess which one was which. That was just the luck of the draw, honestly.
Nice.
Like,
I
so
mean, I'm glad you like the blade. Oh,
yeah,
I got
that's very
a
cool.
fan. So that's interesting.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, they don't have a lot of other expressions. They have a 22 year. I've
Which is
seen
very,
them.
I've not seen that.
I've seen it online.
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't
I was
seen it
like,
in a shelf.
where did you find that?
I
And how
mean,
much was it? Holy crap,
that's what I mean
22
online.
year.
It's yeah, hundreds of dollars to get a 22
I would
year.
assume. I mean, even the happy 23 years, several $100s.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Dickel. There's a few Dickels out there.
it's true.
Yep. Some of them are like 1.75 liters, and other ones are like 375. So there's a lot of different size difference in the Dickel.
With that,
Um, so all right.
that's very good. I'm Nate,
I'm Rox.
and this has been the Bourbon Barrel.